What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel, Euro Superbike Life, where if it's European Superbike related, we're riding it, we're racing it, we're fixing them, we're modifying it, we're reviewing it. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of this great content. In today's episode, which happens to be the last one of 2017, so thank you for a great 2017, guys. It's been a learning experience. I'm having a lot of fun, but I have a lot of stuff planned for 2018. Really exciting stuff, so be sure to subscribe again. But in this episode, we are doing a review and an unboxing of the new slick 3-axis wearable gimbal right after this. Welcome back, guys. I'm Derek, and like I said before, we are going to do an unboxing and a review of the new slick 3-axis wearable gimbal. Now, I'm a little skeptical of using a 3-axis gimbal hard mounted to the motorcycle. They typically don't do very well in the jarring of bumps in the road. Tends to jar one of the motors, and it has to, it bumps and resets itself, and it's not a very good video experience. They tend to work a lot better if you mount them to your helmet or soft mount them to your chest or what have you. Single axis gimbals tend to work better when they're hard mounted to the motorcycle. I have a couple of those coming, so be on the lookout in 2018 for those. But we're going to do an unboxing of this. We're going to do a review, then we're going to mount it to the bike and go and shoot some video. So without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. So here's the Slick packaging, guys. The name of the company is Slick, and the name of the gimbal is Slick as well. Quick background, they are headquartered in California. They started on Indiegogo with crowdfunding. I believe they started somewhere around 3 years ago. I ordered mine somewhere in the area of 8 to 9 months ago, and I've been waiting for it since, so they just finally went into production, and I got mine just a few weeks ago. Again, it's a 3-axis wearable gimbal. It will mount to any GoPro mount, so you can put it on a selfie stick or monopod or any mount where you can mount your GoPro or GoPro style cameras. The packaging is fairly well done, but let's open it up and see what we get. So we have a nice box with the company logo here. And we have a few stickers, of course, logo and just the Slick stickers. Then we have a little write-up about Thomas, who's the founder and CEO, and a little bit about him and the company. And this is pretty cool. Not overly cool, but pretty cool. We have a physical manual. So nowadays, when you get an electronic, what you get is the electronic and some accessories and a link to an online manual. They actually took the time to print an actual physical manual that you can refer to. You put your hands on and touch, and it's in the form or the shape of the company logo. So that's pretty cool as well. And here we have our 3-axis gimbal, and it comes with a GoPro style mount with the company name on it. Our thumb screw. This looks like our charging cable, which is a little bit unique. It's a mini USB to USB. So this isn't your standard plugger. Technically it is, it works just like it, but it looks a little bit different. So don't be thrown off or put off by that. It'll plug into your standard USB socket. So don't worry about it. And then we have our 3-axis gimbal. So this is very well constructed. It's a hard plastic, it's not metal. And it articulates again in 3 separate ways. And none of them are 360, which is a bit disappointing. It's almost there, maybe 280 or something like that. I don't know, but it's not 360, and it would have been really nice if it was completely 360. Then your camera could just spin around and you can orient it however you want. Some specs on it. We'll bring in our scale here. We'll get a quick weight. Its weight is 12.2 ounces, which isn't bad. It's a little heavy, but it is a 3-axis wearable gimbal. The battery is internal, so if you're the type of individual that likes to bring a lot of batteries with you and pop them in and out as they discharge, you're not going to be able to do that. This battery is internal. This is all sealed, so you'll have to, bring a charger with you and plug it into your portable charger. But if you're if you're the type of person that likes to bring a bunch of batteries to record all day, this probably isn't the gimbal for you. It features, I believe, a 900 milliamp battery at 7.2 volts. It is weatherproof. It's not waterproof, so it's good for using in the rain and in snow while you're skiing or snowboarding, what have you. But you do not want to submerge this in the ocean, your pool or what have you. You don't want to do that. Over here on the left side, we have some directional buttons that operate the motor in this direction, so you can align it to the horizon however you want. On the other side, we have a mode button and a power button. On the front, we have 4 LED indicators that let you know the status of your battery. And then on the bottom here, behind a little door, we have our plug for our USB to plug in to charge the unit. So on the bottom, we have our standard GoPro style mount. It's hard plastic. It would have been nice if this was metal, but I understand why they went with this hard plastic instead. And then on top here for our cameras, it's a GoPro style mount. So this will work with all of your GoPros from the 3 series all the way to the 6 series, as well as the Session series. It will also work with your GoPro sized cameras. So we're going to be mounting my Garmin Verb Ultra 30, and it works perfectly with this in the slim down case. If you have the full waterproof case, it's a little bit too wide to mount to here, but the slim down case works just fine. So the gimbal has 4 modes. So it has pan, follow, lock, and a mode called time lapse. So, every 5 minutes or 2 minutes, it'll do this kind of thing and go around or what have you. I don't ever see myself using any mode other probably than follow mode or maybe pan. I don't know. But we'll mount it up here. And then we'll turn it on and see how she does. Now, before you power it on, you should never power on your 3-axis gimbal or any gimbal without the camera mounted. So we've mounted the camera here, and when we power it on, you'll hear some tones. It'll go through its configuration and leveling process, and then if it's successful, you'll get a success tone, and if it's not, you'll get a completely different failed tone, and the gimbal will go sort of like this, where it doesn't power on. But basically, you simply hold the power button for a few seconds, let it go, and there you go, we have our success tone. Now we can, if we don't like the horizon the way it's pointing, we can use our arrows here to adjust to the way we want it, and now the gimbal is ready, and you can see it's locked on a horizon. It's not doing the tilt and pitch item. It is doing the pan or follow kind of thing. So to put it in different modes, you simply press the mode button a series of times. So it's the once, twice, 3 times, or I believe 4 times to get it into the other mode. So we'll press it twice. You hear the press clicks and then the success. And now it's in the next mode, and as you can see, it's doing the tilt now as well. Now if we press it 3 times, we'll put it in lock mode. You get the success tone, and now it will maintain looking at whatever it is it's looking at, regardless of what you do. It'll be locked on a particular item. And then we won't bother with the time-lapse mode because we simply don't have that much time. But to put it back in the default mode, we just press the mode button once. You get the success tone, and now we are back into the follow mode or what have you. And like I said, we can adjust the horizon as necessary. As you can see, we have 4 LEDs here, which means it's fully charged. If we have 2 LEDs, that means it's about half charged. 3 LEDs, about 75%, and then 1 LED means it's pretty low, it's 25% or under. Again, it is weatherproof, not waterproof, so don't submerge this item, but using it in the rain or in the snow is perfectly fine. But we are going to mount this to our motorcycle. Oh, before I forgot to mention that we should get about, according to the manufacturer, 3 to 4 hours of run time. For me, which is fine. I'm going to be using this. Hopefully, I'm going to use this on the track. But again, I'm skeptical because 3-axis gimbals typically don't work very well when mounted directly to a motorcycle. But my plan is to use this on the track if it works out well. And my sessions are 15 to 20 minutes in general, except for the open session, which is about an hour. So if I keep this charged, I should be fine for my complete riding and all the videos that I want to do. But enough talk. Let's mount this to the bike and go and shoot some video. Here we are at the back of my BMW S1000 track bike, guys. And we are looking at the underside, the tail section, and we are looking at the underside of the bike. And what we see here, I don't want to take off the cover because it's already mounted and everything, but what you're looking at here is I have a screw going through the subframe, and mounted here is a GoPro tripod mount that I've screwed on here and secured with red Loctite, so it shouldn't go anywhere. And then I drilled about a 1-inch diameter hole through the bottom of this tail section panel. It's a little chipped up, but it's a track bike, so whatever. And we are going to mount it in this location. So let's get the gimbal. Put it through there. And we'll lock it down in that position. And now we'll hold down the power button to turn it on. And you see it's orienting itself. And now we will adjust, we'll use the arrows here. About there. And this is how I plan on using it. Now, my biggest concern here is the spacing between this motor and the tire, which is about 4 to 5 inches or so, somewhere in that area. Now, the bike, seeing it's a track bike, it's sprung pretty stiff, so I'm not sure I'll get that much travel, but I'm skeptical as to whether this will work anyway, because again, 3-axis gimbals typically don't work all that well when hard mounted to the motorcycle. So it may not work regardless. But my plan now is to take the bike out, we'll ride around the neighborhood here a little bit and see how it does. If I do have clearance issues, probably, soft mount it to my chest or something like that. I've actually tried it on the tank. It didn't work out very well. And I've tried it on my helmet, and while it works a lot better, I sort of look like a dork. So I don't want to do that. But if this works out, I really plan on using it here. So I'm really hoping it does. I don't know if you can see it, but there's also a cable here that goes to a microphone that's mounted under the tail section in this area here. And basically, I'm going to run a cable either down to here or to another camera up here and get clean audio without wind. So in here, I have a lavalier microphone that's duct taped to the inside of this tail section, and I'm running the cord on the outside. And then you'll simply plug it into my Drift Ghost up here or another camera down here if it works out well. And what this will allow me to do, it'll get me engine, track, exhaust sounds, but with no wind noise because it's completely sealed in here. So if you're wondering how that happens and how I do that, there you go. But I'm going to just tape this down for now. But again, enough talk. Let's get this out on the road and shoot some video.
Okay, so now we have the gimbal with the same Garmin Verb Ultra 30 mounted to a shoulder mount on my left shoulder here. And we're going to do the same thing. I have the Drift Ghost 4K mounted to the right side of my helmet. Beautiful December 30th, I think it is. New Year's Eve. While I think the gimbal did okay mounted to my track bike in the tail section, I think you'll find that this that it works better here on my left shoulder mounted to my body. Still not going to be perfect, but I think it'll be better. It's kind of weird going back from my track bike to this. My track bike is GP shift, so it's 1 up and 6 down, as opposed to 1 down, 6 up for normal street riding.
Well, that is a wrap for this episode, guys. Please click like if you like this video, or smash it if you didn't. Leave me some comments. Your honest opinion is really, really helpful. If you thought my lighting was jacked up or the content was just stupid or whatever, I really don't care. I take that to heart, and I'm always trying to improve myself, these videos, and the content within. But click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Like I said, I have a lot of great stuff planned for 2018, and I don't want you to miss any of that stuff. But I am Derek. This is Euro Superbike Life, and until 2018, take care and have a Happy New Year.